My name is Sharice Grant, and I'm the Senior Vice President for Programs and Grants Administration at the Miami Foundation. The Miami Foundation's decision to focus on digital access was one of what we felt are the most important current and long-term issues we're going to have to deal with. What immediately happened with the onset of the pandemic and the community restrictions meant that individuals who had been relying on nonprofits for services were cut off, and the nonprofits were cut off from those they needed to serve. The Miami Foundation launched the Community Recovery Fund. We carved out some of the funding to be able to award these mini grants into neighborhoods where we knew the need was high, and we knew that the lack of digital access was going to be dramatic, to afford them some opportunity to be able to pivot to virtual and continue to serve as many folks as they can. But we needed to try at least to find organizations that were embedded in these neighborhoods, organizations that had been there, had the trust of residents, had relationships with those they served, who we could try to help them flip to a virtual world. And the challenges that they faced in doing that were fairly enormous. The Opa-locka CDC has been an organization the foundation has invested in over the years, particularly just because of the role they play in a community that so badly needs a nonprofit champion.
My name is Nikisha Williams. I am the Chief Operating Officer of the Opa-locka Community Development Corporation. While it was very easy for much of South Florida or much of the country to transition to working from home or school from home, that was not easy in Black and Brown, but particularly poor communities, because they just didn't have the resources that they needed. And in addition, because of the fact that all of a sudden everybody needed a computer, there also were just no resources, in the sense that it was just hard to get your hands on a computer if you really needed it.
The FIU Metropolitan Center had released a really valuable report based on US Census 2018 estimates. In the city of Miami, we're looking at close to 32% of residents who are not connected to the internet. In terms of race and ethnicity, the numbers were even more challenging. So only about 5% of white households don't have access to internet. Hispanic households, about 20%. And for Black households, it goes all the way up to almost 36%. Those are the very same neighborhoods where the pandemic hit them harder. So to not have that connectivity was incredibly, incredibly challenging.
The unfortunate part is that you have this huge gap of kids who aren't really able to get on the internet and aren't really able to continue learning because of a digital divide that has been growing for so many years now. We were lucky enough to receive a technology grant from the Miami Foundation. And, when we submitted our application, we were very honest about the need in our communities. And we were able to buy, I believe, 100 tablets and donate them to the charter school here in Opa-locka to allow those students to help get online.
We're having conversations with partners about, is there a way to build the dream of, can we intervene in this issue of how do we reduce the disparity of connectivity? Like, is that a policy solution? Is that, what is it? Because what we can do right now, and what we will do, is we will do our best to buy time, to buy organizations time to continue to operate until something shifts.
We have to think about it like an essential utility, the way we think about electricity, for example, and having phone communication and getting your mail. As a society, we have to begin to treat it as such, and we need to make sure that everyone has easy access to it for the purposes that they need, whether it be work or education. And so my hope is that with this, we will get closer to solving that digital divide.